friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Miss Tarot, and today we're going to be looking at a Taurus season reading. We're coming into the Taurus season in just a couple of days, so if you are a Taurus, happy birthday! Or if you just want to know exactly what is going to happen in the latter part of April and into the beginning of May, this will be your reading, okay? So we're going to pull a ton of stuff today. We are going to use the Medieval Feathers Tarot. We're going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle for general overall energy, and then these are the cards we will use to get some specific messages from your spirit guides. This is the angel number messages, and this is the Cupid's arrow oracle cards. Okay, so I'm going to leave these guys here. I'm going to scoot you over here, and let's check in on your overall energy for Taurus season. I always blow my candle out. That is so annoying. Well, the big one's still going, so I guess that's just going to have to do. These fat cards, I mean, they're, you know, beautiful and stocky, but they're definitely blowing the wind. And I don't even have my window open today, even though it's a beautiful day. There's people mowing lawns and whatnot. Okay, well, we got stuff coming right out the gate. Okay, hold on. Is there anything else for Taurus? Usually I only get like one, but okay, here we go. Sure. Okay, so first one, we have Observer with the number 49. We have Regeneration with 46. I'm going to scooch these because I know I'm going to run out of room. These are fat cards. We have Co-Create with the number 40. I'm getting a lot of fours. Oh, okay. And we also have Time for a Nap with 24. Okay, well, let's just take a moment to kind of speak on these particular oracle cards right now. And again, these are the Wisdom of the Oracle. For Observer, this is usually a sign that you need to take a seat back and kind of look through another lens. I think for this coming month, you are being asked to, like I said, take a back seat and be watchful and kind of observe what is going on around you. And this could be related to opportunities. This could be related to a problem or a challenge that has been bugging you for some time. But I really do think with this one, it's kind of like a watch and wait type situation. Almost think of it as like a Hanged Man type card where you are being asked to see something from a different perspective. And in order to do that, you're going to have to kind of like erase all the preconceived notions and bias that you have in your brain already and just kind of let it be a blank slate, like a blank canvas, because something's going to be coming to you. There's the Regeneration card here too, which is pretty much what it means. The regeneration is rebuilding, you know, new life. You're looking at this card right here, and there's like this field of lava where this new life is springing anew. So I think that this coming season of Taurus, even though it is kind of the month of spring, if you happen to be in the Northern Hemisphere, this is kind of the overall theme. You may be starting to feel renewed and feel a sense of hope and a beginning of something in terms of being able to really feel alive and create something new within yourself. And it could be outside yourself too. So we will get some more information from the tarot when it comes to that. But I'm just giving you an idea of what regeneration is really kind of about. And this reduces to the number 10. And the 10s are kind of like the end of the cycle into the next cycle. So what we're looking at is the ending / beginning of a new cycle for you in your life, or just, you know, in terms of if this is like if this is your solar return, meaning like your birth month, then, you know, this is kind of like your New Year's Day. It's all starting. It's a very powerful month in terms of manifestation and creating, which is really funny because we have the co-create card here too with the number 40, which reduces to 4, and 4s are about our stability and our structure and our balance and harmony and having all the things that we need for stability. Think of it in kind of like pentacles, very grounded energy. So the co-create is inviting you, the universe is inviting you to take this opportunity to kind of sit and listen and also look to the heavens and kind of imagine what you would like yourself to look like, maybe even like a month, 2 months, 3 months down the road. I mean, I know that's a very short amount of time, but there are so many things that you can work on and start and accomplish within yourself in just a very short amount of time, especially since you're starting to spring new growth, right? And then we also have time for a nap, which is kind of coinciding with your observer card. And it's, instead of kind of taking this as a form of just stop, let everything go for a minute, you really need some rest and rejuvenation. I do take that to a lighter meaning, which means you really need to be less hard on yourself, is kind of what I'm taking away from this. In the actual oracle deck, the 24 reducing to 6 is about rejuvenation and renewal, which is right in line with regeneration, but it's kind of a temporary non-action. So it's very much in line with the observer card, like what I was saying. In terms of allowing your dreams to arise, you just need to step back a little bit and let all those cares kind of go and be just, I guess they want to call it like a state of non-action. And it's allowing yourself to be free of like the constraints of all the things that you hold on your shoulders in terms of a burden. You need to have detachment from that. You need to have neutrality. So remember what I was saying about the observer and having a blank slate and being able to see things for what they are instead of everything that jumbles up the mind and how you need to do this and do that and having all these. I mean, we're human, right? We always have to be doing something and accomplishing something, and our to-do lists are forever long. So it's obviously a hard balance to have. Okay, but let's get into the tarot real quick and see if we can get some clarification as to what this is. Now, this deck is really big, so I'm going to have to shuffle in a very odd way. I shuffled a little bit off screen too because I just, I have pretty decently big hands, and I cannot get over these gigantic cards sometimes. It's just like, really? Okay. One more. So big. Okay. So let's see here. I'm just going to take a couple cards each for each oracle card. For observer, please. Can you give us some clarification? Oh, that's 2. Okay, cool. Deal with that. What about regeneration? Oh, okay. Another 2. Actually, there's 3. You just do what the universe wants you to do. I asked for 2. They give me 3. They're just like, that's not enough. There's another 3. Anything else? You know what? Just give me anything that you want to throw out. I hope all these cards can stay in frame because oh my gosh. Okay, so I might scooch some of these up. Sorry, crystals. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords with Observer, and we also have the Ace of Coins material. Okay. And then for, let's see, regeneration. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go like this. So regeneration, we have the King of Wands. We have the Ace of Wands, double fire energy there. And we have, sometimes these totally don't. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. And then we have the Five of Wands, overcoming. Wow, that is a lot of creative passion and fire and energy in that one particular row there. That's pretty interesting. I'm just going to, don't mind me. Okay, so Queen of Cups in terms of co-create. The Lovers. Five of Cups. Six of Swords. The Four of Wands. Oh my gosh. The Two of Wands, or 10, I'm sorry. 10 of Wands, interesting. And then we also have the Page of Coins. Okay, so what are we looking at here? And I'm sorry, these cards are so big. To do this, to keep them all in the frame, this is what I had to do. So don't mind me. Sorry, you can't see all the artwork. So let's get into our first card over here, which was the Observer with the Ace of Coins and the Page of Swords. Okay, so pages are all about the beginning of something, starting the journey, being the novice, just getting your feet wet in terms of a new challenge, opportunity, anything that might be coming in your path right now. But we have it here with the Ace of Coins, and it looks to me like there's something that is going to be coming into your life in a very material sense when it comes to what we were talking about earlier about your structure and your stability in life. So this could be your work life, this could be home life, this could be your actual home environment, the areas where you live, that sort of thing. I'm not sure if any of you are looking to move or make any changes right now, but it does kind of look like with the Time for a Nap card over here, you're really being cautioned against making a gigantic leap without really having all your ducks in a row, okay? I think what is going to be coming through into the month of end of April, early May is going to be a lot of temptations and a lot of types of opportunities that may look really amazing on the surface, but might not be good for you in the long term. It's kind of all flash is what I'm seeing here. With the Ace of Wands, this whole row of wands here, we're really looking at, and while I say that, I should say with the regeneration, you were really fired up, right? You were incredibly fired up about getting whatever this is off the ground, whatever this passion is that it's alluding to here, getting it off the ground is really at the forefront of your mind right now. Like, you just want to get rolling. There's a lot of excitement there, but I think you're also being advised to kind of calm down and really pay attention with that Observer card, as well as the Take a Nap, and kind of take a back seat and let things flow and unfold naturally. Okay, so with the Five of Cups, and we have the Lovers and the Queen of Cups, this very well could be a new relationship, a new romantic connection that may be kind of swooping you off your feet at the moment and really making you making you feel like this is something that is really, how do I want to say this? Kind of like might be something incredibly serious. And I think the cards here are trying to tell you, hey, you know yourself really well. And while this is a great opportunity, this could be a wonderful experience, your overwhelming passion, drive, and just, I don't want, the word neediness just came into my brain, and I'm not saying that anybody is needy, but you might be a little overwhelming. So I think, like I said, if this is more of a romantic attachment, you do really need to kind of sit back and let things unfold naturally. There's going to be certain things that arise out of this connection that is going to cause you to maybe pull the the rose-colored goggles off your eyes and see something for what it really is. And then you will be able to make a more informed decision when it comes to if you want to continue on this path or not. Okay, so we have a lot of different messages here that may not all absolutely align with one area of your life. It's more like several different areas of your life. And going back to the observer card, I do think that this one is more in terms of more responsibility and things that are just getting off the ground in terms of like maybe your work environment, or if you're starting your own business. This is something that you, in line with this creativity and this passion, might be just getting off the ground and really might be causing a lot of, I don't want to say stress, but when you have such high hopes and high goals, and the co-create card here is here, and that's such a strong message that you are being invited to kind of manifest and create your own destiny when it comes to this. But at the same time, you have to be realistic in terms of your expectations. And when I see the 5 of Cups here, it usually has to do with a little bit of disappointment in terms of realizing something is not all what they seem to be. Okay. And that could be in terms of the relationship, or that could be in terms of your own developmental goals and things that you're trying to work on this month. So taking into consideration with the co-create, with the time to take a nap, and observer, they're really asking you more to just kind of go with the flow and really temper this fiery energy you have going. It's great to be passionate. It's great to be all fired up and ready to go with ideas and wants and things that you really want to push forward, right? But sometimes that can be extremely overwhelming, or we could just be zooming so far, so fast, so quickly that we can't even pay attention to the things that are really important in our peripherals. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So let's see here with the time to take a nap. We talked a little bit about, so the 10 of Wands usually speaks to burdens, and the 4 of Wands usually speaks to, that's the 1111 card. And it's really funny to me that this one, for some reason, this deck speaks to a retreat, like taking a step back, which is funny because when you have the 1111, it's about destiny unfolding and things moving forward. And I think it's funny that this came out with the take a nap. It is telling you to retreat just a little bit. And maybe that's because there are things at work that are to your benefit right now that you can't really see, especially with the Page of Coins here. And we have potential. We have a lot of potential here, but don't force the issue. Whatever this is, don't steamroll it. It's really going to need to unfold naturally. Okay? Okay. So let's get some messages from your spirit guides. You had a ton of 4s. So that sometimes when you see repeating 4s, that usually has a lot to do with your spiritual team, passed on loved ones, spirit guides, anybody on the other side who's protecting you, guiding you, rooting for you. So take that as it resonates. What do you have to say? Okay. So your encouragement for the month of Taurus. I am insightful. You are highly intuitive and creative. Your mind thinks in pictures, and you seem to draw information and ideas from out of the sky. A powerful drive to know the oneness of all things. And I'm going to put that here because that is really fire energy. Then we have the number 20. I am harmonious. You relate to others in almost cosmic level. You're dedicated to building harmonious relationships of all kinds. You have the ability to persuade others to your point of view by using gentle means. Now, where do I think that mostly goes? I'm going to put that over here because that's kind of influence and that sort of thing. 17, the quality of work you can produce when you're going at it alone is almost unbelievable. You are as independent as you are ambitious, capable of performing capable of performing every step of the way with efficiency, focus, and skill. I kind of think that goes with this one too. Yeah. And then let's get, that's your advice. So let's get some actual messages. You know, you guys, can you just settle down for 5 seconds? Y'all sleep most of the day, and then when I want to record, they start being hyper. Okay. What do you want to say? Okay, here we go. And I really do think that this is going to have to, this part over here is more related to more of a romantic attachment here. So we have forgiveness through mutual understandings. Remember when I was talking about something being kind of a little bit of a disappointment and being able to take like your rose-colored glasses off and really see something for what it is? Kind of expect that there's going to be a potential misunderstanding. I don't say that it's going to be a big deal, but it might just be one of those things where it's like, well, I wanted this out of a relationship. Well, I want this. And it's like, well, you know what? We kind of, you know, we misunderstood each other in terms of what we want the same thing. So, you know, should we, you know, I'm sorry if this isn't not going to work out type of thing. And it's funny that it came out with that too, when it comes to self-awareness. And self-awareness, it says tapping into your higher self, questioning routines and patterns. So you know, you can see the red flags. You also know what you want. You are also very self-aware of how you are in a relationship. And remember what I was talking about a little bit ago, where, you know, sometimes you can be incredibly kind of overwhelming. And I almost use the word needy, but I think it's just because you're very passionate and you throw yourself into 110% into whatever is meaningful to you. And you're going to have to be a little self-aware to that. So it might be you making the apology, just being like, I'm sorry if I am so extra. And then we also have divine counterpart. A divine connection is being sent to you from your angels. So, you know, for those of you who are open to a romantic relationship in the month of, you know, that Taurus month, this is definitely a sign that there is going to be something new on the horizon. Or this could actually be a rekindling. Okay. We did not get any real advice on the whole taking, you know, a backseat, taking a nap type thing, especially when we have the 10 of Wands here and it comes of, you know, releasing burdens and that sort of thing. But I think what I'm going to do is just ask for one more card. Okay, that's fine. Spread your wings. Cool. All right, that's fine. Confidence that leads to freedom and growth. And what we were talking about a little bit ago when it comes to this particular card with potential and realizing, you know, the burdens, as well as, it said retreat, but again, we talked about it being, the 4 of Wands, and that being kind of like a horizons manifesting type card. And also having this one here, time for a nap. It is asking you to let things unfold very naturally, okay? There's a lot of potential here for you to spread your wings and gain a lot of confidence and really grow in terms of this month, in terms of whatever is going to be unfolding when it comes to this romantic, this regeneration that you're going through, as well as, you know, some sort of growth in terms of your own structure, stability, and prosperity. You're really going to kind of take leaps and bounds forward this month with your growth in all areas, right? So I think there's going to be a lot of insight this month into yourself, as well as, you know, self-awareness, being able to recognize your habits and patterns and how they play a role and effect, especially in relationships. But then also, you know, we have all this passion on this side, and realizing that, you know, you are a strong, independent individual and you are able to very much co-create and participate in your own destiny. But at this time, you really need to kind of temper that and understand that there are other forces at work that are kind of trying to gently guide you, okay, for this month. So for those of you who are a Taurus, again, happy birthday. And for those of you who aren't a Taurus, hopefully your Taurus month goes pretty smoothly. This doesn't look like it's any big of a deal. It's a bunch of minor arcana, so no big massive events going on in the month of end of April, beginning of May. Okay? Well, that's all the messages I have for you today, you guys. So if this reading resonated with you, please take a moment to comment down below. That really helps the channel. I'm posting these on YouTube and Rumble now, and I very much appreciate it also if you subscribe or follow my channel for more. I will be coming out with another couple videos each week from here on out, in addition to my weekly readings. And definitely check out my Instagram page where I do daily tarot pulls with insight and guidance on the Instagram. And all those are in the links and descriptions below in that little comment box, whatever that bio box, that thing on YouTube and that thing on Rumble. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. Take care. Have a wonderful week. Bye.